Welcome to a detailed summary of the movie, Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 continues the story of Riley Anderson several years after the first film, when she is no longer a child but a teenager on the brink of major emotional change. The film explores what happens inside Riley's mind as puberty begins and her emotional world becomes more complex, unpredictable, and intense. At the start of the story, Riley appears to be doing well. Her original emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust have settled into a comfortable routine running headquarters, the control center of her mind. Joy especially takes pride in helping Riley maintain a strong sense of self built around being kind, upbeat, and a good friend. Riley's sense of self is represented as a glowing system of beliefs and memories that shape how she sees herself and what she values. However, everything changes when Riley is invited to a high-level hockey camp. The camp represents both an opportunity and a threat. She wants to impress older players and secure her future, but she also fears being left behind socially and athletically. Just as this external pressure increases, headquarters is literally remodeled overnight. A visual metaphor for adolescence and a new group of emotions arrives. The newcomers include anxiety energetic, future-focused, and constantly planning for worst-case scenarios. Envy fascinated by what others have and eager to compare. Ennui detached boredom and teenage apathy. Embarrassment highly sensitive to social judgment. Among them, anxiety quickly takes control. She argues that Joy's optimistic approach no longer suits teenage life. Riley now needs preparation, caution, and social awareness to succeed. Anxiety isn't malicious. She genuinely believes she is protecting Riley from failure or rejection. But her methods begin to overpower everything else. Joy and the original emotions are pushed out of headquarters and sent on an unexpected journey through Riley's mind. This separation creates the film's central conflict. While anxiety reshapes Riley from the control room, Joy fights to return and restore balance. As anxiety takes charge, Riley begins acting differently. At hockey camp, she becomes more self-conscious, overthinks her decisions, and tries to reinvent herself to impress older teammates. She starts prioritizing social approval over authenticity, even distancing herself from her close friends. Inside her mind, anxiety constructs a new sense of self, built on perfectionism and fear of failure. Instead of joyful core beliefs like, "I'm a good person," Riley's identity begins shifting toward ideas like, "I must succeed," or "I need people to like me." The film cleverly visualizes this internal shift by altering the structure and color of her memory system and belief network. Meanwhile, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust travel through different regions of Riley's mind, some familiar from the first film, others transformed by age. Along the way, they discover that Riley's memories are becoming more nuanced. Moments are no longer purely happy or sad, but mixed and complicated, reflecting emotional maturity. Joy initially struggles with the idea that Riley can't remain endlessly positive. She clings to the belief that happiness should guide everything, but gradually realizes that trying to protect Riley from difficult feelings can be just as harmful as anxiety's overprotection. The emotional tension peaks during the hockey camp. Anxiety pushes Riley to perform perfectly and fit in with older players, creating internal pressure that becomes overwhelming. Riley second-guesses herself, misreads social situations, and experiences mounting stress. The film portrays anxiety not as a villain, but as an emotion that has gone too far. Anxiety's constant forecasting leads to a spiral where Riley can't enjoy the present moment because she's preoccupied with what might go wrong. This culminates in a major emotional overload, a moment that reflects the real experience of panic and loss of control many teenagers feel. At the same time, Joy realizes that trying to eliminate anxiety entirely isn't the answer. The emotions must work together rather than compete for dominance. Eventually, the old and new emotions reunite in headquarters. The turning point comes when Joy accepts that Riley's identity must include imperfections, worries, and contradictions. Anxiety learns that preparation is helpful, but only when balanced with trust and self-acceptance. Together, the emotions stabilize Riley's sense of self into something more complex and realistic, not a flawless version of who she should be, but an evolving identity shaped by many feelings at once. Riley reconnects with her friends and begins approaching hockey with healthier confidence. The ending emphasizes growth rather than returning to the simple emotional balance of childhood. Adolescence, the film suggests, is about learning to live with emotional complexity instead of eliminating it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more.